Good afternoon. This is call number 2020-24839 in the interest of Jaden and Gracie Macias. Parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Carolina Almendarez, and I'm the mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Ascencio Macias Jr. I'm their father.
And for the state?
Andrea Perard.
We've got an original petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Let's read those into the record.
The parties will stipulate to being sole managing conservators, with the mother designating the residence with a geographic restriction to Harris County and contiguous counties. Therefore, mother is managing, father is possessory. Parties are in agreement to a standard possession order regarding possession and access. In regards to the health insurance, the mother will maintain health insurance through her employer. The father will reimburse at a cost of $200 for medical support.
How much?
$200.
All right.
And $18 for dental, which will also be covered by the mother through her employer. Current child support will be $641. Both child support and medical support will be in December 1st of 2020. And that just leaves, Your Honor, the non-disclosure finding and the retroactive child support.
What about possession and access and so forth?
Standard possession order.
All right. Non-disclosure and retro, is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would call Ms. Almendarez. Ma'am, in regards to the non-disclosure, you're asking for your information to be kept out of this order. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, you cut off.
Are you asking that your address and information be kept out of this court order?
Yes.
And that is from the fact that you have alleged that there's been family violence between you and Mr. Macias. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What kind of family violence occurred between you and Mr. Macias?
Well, once I pick up my from his mom after work.
I'm not getting transmission is bad. Say it again, ma'am.
One day that I went to pick up my kids work from his mom's house, he seemed very violent. Like, I told him something and I guess he got bothered by it and he decided to start punching at me and ripping my clothes off. And I have pictures to prove it as well. And he left some bruises on me as well. And I didn't call the police on him because I was afraid.
Okay, I can't see you, ma'am. All I can see is your hair. There we go. All right. And when did that happen?
This happened, I can say, I think in February.
Of this year?
Yes.
And that was after you and Mr. Macias separated, is that correct?
Yes.
Y'all separated in January of 2020?
Yeah.
Was he ever physically violent before that?
No, he wasn't.
So it was just that one incident.
Yes.
Do you feel that it's in the best interest for your safety that your address and information be kept out of this court order should you move in the future?
Yes.
Because you're also asking for the pickup and drop off to be at your mother's home, which is where you're currently residing. Is that right?
Yes. But I'll make sure not to be present when he does pick up my children.
Okay. And that if you were to move, that you don't want to inform him of where your address is, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And there's, just for the record, there's no protective order in place between you and Mr. Macias. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Now, in regards to the retroactive support, you separated in January of 2020. Has he provided any financial support for the children since you and him separated?
Well, as in actually hand me cash, no, he hasn't. But when like at the beginning of separation, I would ask him for help and he would just ignore my request. And it took him a while for him to provide me with anything. He just recently started providing like the last month or two.
And so he has never provided cash. What has he provided that you've indicated?
Here and there, he would provide diapers. He recently provided shoes. I'm going to be honest, he provided shoes and like 2 jackets for my kids and uniform for my son's school.
Okay. How much total would you say that would, if you were to guess, how much would the items he provided, how much would you value that?
I would say about, if you put it all together, I would say about 500 to 600.
Okay. Are you willing to give him credit for the value of those items off of any retro judgment?
And what is that exactly, retro judgment?
You're asking for back child support from the last 11 months. Is that
Okay.
correct? Okay. And 11 months at $641 of child support would be a retro judgment of $7,051. Okay. Is that what you're asking to be awarded as a retro judgment?
Yes.
Okay. Are you willing of that $7,051 to give him any kind of credit for the value of those items that you just said that he provided?
Am I willing to give him a like basically $600 credit?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And then do you have an amount that you would like for a judgment to be paid at each month towards you to take care of that judgment? $50,
Do I have
$100?
Do I have an amount in mind?
Yes.
No, but if you're able to help me come up with an amount, I would appreciate that.
Interest approximately would be $35. So I at least recommend $75 or $100. Do you have a preference?
I'll say 75.
I pass this witness, Your Honor.
Ma'am, let me ask if he knows where you live now, correct?
Yes.
Has he been over to harass you or cause any harm or injury?
No, he hasn't.
And if you move and he knows your address, is he likely to come over and cause you any harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury, you or your children?
No.
All right. Okay. Mr. Macias, do you have any questions for Ms. Mendez?
No, sir. I just don't approve the back child support. That's it.
Okay, hold on. Right now, do you have any questions for her?
No, I don't, sir.
All right, I'm going to give you an opportunity to say something a little later, okay?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Farrar, call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would call Mr. Macias.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we're going to start with the non-disclosure. Do you object to her having her address and information kept out of this court order?
No, ma'am, I don't. I don't have no objection to anything.
Okay, so you're okay with the pickup and drop off at her mother's home from now
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, that's how we have it right now. So it's fine.
Okay, and you're fine with not having her address and information if she was to move in the future?
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Okay. Now, in regards to the retroactive support, would you agree that you and Ms. Almendarez separated in January of 2020?
Yes, ma'am. We did. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And you heard her testify that you provided some items, Pampers, shoes, things of that nature. She valued at that to be about $500 to $600. Would you say that that was correct or incorrect?
That would be incorrect. Yes, ma'am.
And how much would you say that you value those items at?
I would have to say, I think I spent like $1,000, $1,200 for both of my kids for their shoes and for my kids' school uniform, and that's not even counting, the diapers and the Pampers I would buy. Yes, I couldn't help her at the moment because I wasn't working because of the virus or the coronavirus, so I wasn't working. They laid me off, so I would try to help as much as what I can, and so that's why I couldn't really provide. I couldn't give her cash, but whatever the baby needed, 'cause she's the one that needs it more, the Pampers and whatnot. But and then I would pay my sisters to take care of the kids. So I think what I spent with the kids just this last month was just $1,200 before I came out of town because I worked out of town. But she's claiming that I haven't done nothing.
So you spent $1,200 in the last month on your children?
Yeah, before I came out of town, before the kids started school, before my son started school, yes, ma'am.
How much were the shoes you bought?
I bought I think I bought 7 pairs. I'm not too sure. And I
7
bought,
pairs of shoes? How much were the shoes?
Jaden's, they were about $80. $90 each because they're Jordans, so and this his jacket and whatnot is Jordans. I mean, just name brand, name brand, you know.
You spent $80 to $90 on a pair of shoes and you bought 7 pairs?
Yeah, for him, just for him, and then my daughter too as well. I mean, I don't really put a price to anything because it's for them, but I still have all the receipts and whatnot to all that, so even from the past.
How much did you spend on their school uniforms?
On my son's school uniform, it wasn't that much. I would say I bought 5 pairs. They're about $12 each. 6 pairs, so you can have an extra pair for school, just in case. So they're about $12 each. And his school shirts, the burgundy. I bought him burgundy shirts. I got him 5 pairs. They're about $6 each.
Okay, let me just ask, sir, are these items going and staying at your home when you have the children in your possession, or they give it to the mother?
No, I take it for him because he's older with his mom more than he is with me. So yeah, she has everything.
Okay. And how much would you say you've spent on Pampers?
All year? Or just last month?
The last 11 months.
I couldn't tell you, man. I lost count. Can't tell you behind my.
So you understand that the retro judgment would be $7,051 for the last 11 months. how much do you feel that you should pay in a retro judgment?
So she wants to go. I mean, I think I should just pay half of it, to tell you the truth, to be honest. Because, I wasn't working. Yes, I couldn't provide as much as I can now, but I don't really think it's 7,000.
When, sir, how long were you off work?
I'll say about 2-3 months, sir.
Well, 2 or 3. Well, how many?
Say about 2 months.
2 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got to take that into consideration, Ms. Berard, on your retro.
Yes, Your Honor, we can do that. We did not originally. Let me rerun that number real fast, Your
Oh.
Honor.
Okay.
256. Be about for 2 months, $570 less off of that judgment. That's using minimum wage instead of.
All right. So that would be about 64.81.
Yes, Judge, that's what I'm showing as a baseline.
All right. Have any other
Okay,
questions
sir.
for him?
I believe that's it, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Ms. Almendarez, do you have any questions for Mr. Macias?
No, no questions.
All right. And did he in fact buy, 5 or 7 pairs of shoes for the kids, and they're all that he's talking about?
Well, I would say for my daughter, I believe he bought 3, 4. I would say 4 to 5 throughout the whole year last year. And my son, 5 pairs.
Okay.
But it wasn't all Jordans. It was a Vans, and then 2 of them were Jordans.
Okay. All right, so the court finds that the non-disclosure that is granted, pickup and drop off take place at maternal grandmother residence. Retroactive child support judgment awarded in the amount of $5,000 to be paid at the rate of $59 a month. And all other stipulations are approved. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And if y'all want to just leave this and go back to the other room, you may join there and we'll go over your order with you there. Okay?
To the other room,
Yes.
Okay.
To the original Zoom where you were meeting with Miss Stella.
Miss Stella. All right. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.